Hello everyone, welcome back. I need longer arms. So I'm really pumped to film today's vlog because I got a new camera. So I listened to you guys' feedback and I seen that clarity could probably maybe be better. It wasn't bad. I was using a GoPro 5, but yeah, I feel like this one's a bit more clear. It sounds good. So this one's a Canon EOS M50. So yeah, got a bit of an upgrade, so hopefully the content will be better. So yeah, today's topic is on finding your confidence. So I can't wait to share this topic with you guys. Yeah, stay tuned. Oh, I think that's a bit better. Anyway, so there's a little bit of construction outside, so hopefully it doesn't disturb the video. Of course, on the day that I decide to film this, they're ripping up the pavement, but you know, that's just life, so let's hope it turns out okay. So the reason that I have grounds to talk about finding your confidence is at the moment I'm studying a degree in social work. I do topics like human development and behaviour, human rights, social systems, things like that. I currently work in a mental health service in youth work. In 2015, I studied a youth work diploma and finished that about 2 years ago. So yeah, I work in youth work at the moment, coaching and assisting young people, teenagers, to try and find themselves and set goals and identify their strengths and weaknesses, and work with them in their home system, being able to go out into society and overcome anxiety and you know, the extra pressures of depression and mental health, and also along comes, you know, diet and nutrition and everything like that. So you know, they're all intertwined. So yeah, I think I have a passion for health and fitness, so I know I understand goals in, you know, setting goals in nutrition and education and even independent living and stuff like that. So yeah, in hairdressing, I definitely find that you had to be confident in front of your clients, and you had to also help them be confident within themselves, within the hair that you're doing. And even in my life growing up, you know, we didn't have much growing up. We were never short of love, that's for sure, but I suppose it was more so like the material status, and when you're a kid you don't understand that that's, you know, labels and stuff is only skin deep value, when really we need to be focusing on the value within, like the stuff that's not just core deep, like the stuff that's going to give you confidence is like your values and your beliefs, and you know, that intertwines with like the culture as well. So you know, diet culture puts pressure on our societal systems in Australia, or maybe like even America or something like that, but like you would find in a third world country, I don't think that they would really care or put too much value on what brand is on someone's shirt, or you know, they'd probably be living from morning till night just trying to feed their family and stuff like that, and their value systems would be completely different to ours. So I think in my life I've definitely gone through having to really find my value. I think that, you know, we're born confident. We're born as kids knowing ourselves, knowing when we want to play, knowing when we want to sleep, knowing what we want to eat. And it's society that kind of, I don't know, when we start realizing the things that we're exposed to. So yeah, and then we start growing up and getting exposed to things like social media and comparison, and so I was going to initially focus this self-care, self-love segment on females, but to be honest, males also, you know, struggle with confidence. So I think it will be very useful for anyone out there that kind of loses the sense of self through, I suppose, comparison in society and on social media, and even comments from our loved ones that seem innocent at the time, like, oh, why can't you be more like your sister, or why can't you be less like this or less like that, and we begin to think, second guess ourselves, and then we settle for being average because we don't want to challenge ourselves, we don't want to try, and we accept being less. And that's where limiting beliefs creep in. So we begin to create limiting beliefs based on our experience. So we begin to believe we're less worthy. We begin to believe we don't deserve love. We begin to believe we're a certain thing. And then we fulfill these beliefs with experience, backing them up. So we need to rewire that. And I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to be confident in who you are. So the first tip is taking time for yourself to reflect. I think I've definitely, in the last couple of years, taken a lot of time out by myself to try and figure who I am out, because I think that for so long I was going through so many identities, trying to be like, oh, is this me? Is this me? Like trying on different hats almost. And I had to do a lot of soul searching to figure out where my hat is and what I liked, and knowing that, you know, just because I like being girly or more feminine, that's okay as well. And I'm so accepting of everyone else, but when it comes to myself, I'm like, oh, what do other people think about this? What do other people think about that? But really, it's me that has to spend time with myself and learn about myself and know that that's who I am and be comfortable within myself. So yeah, so tip number 1 is stay in your lane. So comparison is killer, and I've said it a few times on here, but stay in your lane and be only focusing on yourself, and because you're comparing, you know, maybe one of your weakest points to someone else's strongest point, and you know, we're the biggest critics of ourselves, so we're like so in depth about our weak point, but then we're comparing it to someone's glamorized strength. So of course we're going to feel less worthy when we do that. So yeah, tip number 1 is stay in your lane. Tip number 2 is identify your values. When we identify our values that sit core deep to us, that's when we begin to know who we are. So yeah, how do you identify values? Okay, I'm gonna give you a few of mine, and then you can see a good example about what I mean when I talk about values. So some of my values is honesty, trust, being healthy. I mean, these aren't everyone's values, but these are mine, just to give you an example. Being a good friend, respecting yourself. Some people's values might be wisdom. They might really, you know, love knowledge and read all the time, and that's your value, and that's cool. And you got to be true to yourself, because you can't fake a value that's not yours, because then you get tired. You get tired of pretending. So when you become yourself and you learn who you are and you stay true to your values, that's having trust within yourself to be you. And it's trusting yourself, and that's how you're going to become confident in here. Not just skin deep confidence when you're wearing something nice, or when your hair's done, or to be honest, I love doing that stuff because I love looking after myself, but that's not what everyone likes to do, and that's okay. So yeah, so second is identify your values. So the third tip is goals and achievements. So to be confident in yourself, you've made it this far, and I bet you didn't make it this far by just not having any goals or achievements. I think sometimes we focus too much on the negatives, but it's about identifying those positives and identifying the things that you've achieved. And if you don't feel like you've achieved much, then start setting some goals. And yeah, so like I will kind of reflect and identify the things that I've achieved in my life, and that gives me more confidence to continue achieving goals, because I've got that database of knowing that I can do that. And I suppose that comes with confidence as well, of just trying and taking that leap of faith, because sometimes our thoughts are our biggest barriers, because we, like I said, settle to be average because we don't think that we can achieve something. But you don't know unless you try. And if you fall down and you don't achieve what you set out to achieve, then make a new path or learn. And not every failure is going to, you need to take the lesson, and not every failure has to be, I have to stop now because I'm not good enough. It's try again. And if it doesn't work that way, try another way, set some new goals. So yeah, that's number 3, goals and achievements. So the 4th one is, who are you when you're your best self? So this one is, what would you want to be if you could be the best version of you? So for me, I spent a lot of time doing vision boards and identifying role models to figure out who I'd be if I wanted to be my best self. And yeah, so if you don't even know this, then it will take a little bit of time to start, paying attention to. For me, I follow a lot of people, a lot of bloggers that live like quite a healthy lifestyle, and then they inspire me to be a better version of myself. So I watch workouts and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to do this workout. It looks so much fun. Or I watch traveling videos and I'm like, oh, I so want to go there. Like, that looks so much fun, going snorkeling. And I just did that, the last vlog, you seen that. So I identified what my life would look like if it was what I really wanted it to be. So yeah, so the 4th tip is, who would you be if you were your best self? Tip number 5, identify limiting beliefs. So as we grow up, we begin to look around ourselves, and we identify, with maybe we aren't good enough at this thing, or we're never going to be this, or we're not worthy of love, or we don't have value like someone else does. But you need to identify those limiting beliefs, and you need to challenge them. And you need to start identifying your strengths instead of the beliefs that you have to think that you're less than what you are. So it's about, finding the strengths instead of focusing on the negatives. For me, personally, I'm really, really bad at reading, but I'm really good at running. So I love doing, Bridge to Brisbane, or City to Surf in Sydney, or HBF Run, because I love running and that's one of my strengths. But you even ask me to read a novel in a day and good luck. I'm not very good at that one, but I find ways around gaining knowledge without reading. I definitely like watching videos as opposed to. So yeah, you just got to find ways around your beliefs as well. Challenge them. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you've never thought about any of this stuff that I've talked about, I would say start today. Start identifying your strengths, start setting some goals, start finding people that you want to be, role models, and start weeding out toxic things in your life, toxic people, things that might stop you from achieving those goals. I think that for me personally, I love being healthy, I love feeling fit, I love feeling like I've got a lot of energy, and I used to go out and drink every single weekend, but that was clashing with my goals and my values. So I still love going out for a drink, but I was probably you know, I was drinking too much, and then I was spending time in my bed the next day hungover and tired and eating bad, and that didn't align with my values. So it's identifying those things that are giving you barriers to being able to be who you want to be. So yeah, I hope you guys have found this vlog fun and helpful, and yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this vlog, please like it so I know to make more like this. If you want to keep up to date with the ones that are coming, then subscribe, because that would really support my channel. And if you want a notification when I post a new video, then hit the bell after you subscribe, and that will give you a notification when another one comes up. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a good day. Goodbye.